right, good morning, hockey fans. We're live here in Kamloops, BC. We're just waiting for the players to join the ice. We have the refs on the ice. They're putting the nets on, just about ready for game time. It's the matchup we've been waiting for. It's the rematch between the Meadows Rustlers and the Kelowna Rockets. Once again, we got all three feeds going today. And you're stuck here with me, feed 4. Just a quick little roster update. Max Fogarty will be joining the lineup a little late. He forgot his jerseys back at the hotel room, so video producer Dan is heading back right now. So Kim, you should get your megaphone out and start cheering loud at Max and giving him hell for not bringing his jerseys. That's on the player, not the dad. So, welcome. Look at that. Go Rockets, Kim Fogarty. Oh, go ahead and meet the team here.
Charlie Mooring, number 17, center.
Gavin Simser, 21, left wing.
Logan Day, number 16, right winger.
Wes Meekins, number 9, center.
Braden Douglas, number 11, left wing.
Lucas Carrion, number 12, right wing.
Owen Scott, number 2, center.
Nicholas McAllister, number 10, left wing.
Max Showdown, number 14, right wing.
Blake Douglas, number 15, center.
Malcolm Hughes, number 4, right wing. Matthew Nugent, number 7, right wing.
Chase Coverly, number 5, defense.
Cole Pendre, number 19, defense.
Jacob Conings, number 6, defense.
Cecilia Smith, number 18, defense.
Declan Goulalon, number 20, defense.
Max Fogarty, number 8, defense.
Wilson Poitras, number 1, goaltender.
Alex McArthur, goalie, 31.
So a couple lineup notes here. Alex McCoggan, still sick. Maybe makes it today, maybe doesn't. We don't know yet. So we miss you. Backing in Walton up today is going to be Ryan Cocholima from the Tier 3 team. Let's take a look at the lineup here. So once again, we got our 3 scratches. Malcolm Hughes, he's sick. Hopefully he's feeling better today. Owen Scott going for a century birthday party for his grandma. Wish you could be here, Owen. Hope you're having a good time. Once again, we got lineup: McAllister, Meekins, Riddell, Sinister Day, Mooring, Douglas, Nugent, Terrian, and Hoodless is the swingman. And on defense, deep pairings: Pendre, Smith, Fogarty, Goulalon, and Conings and Coverly. I believe Pendre is going to be leaving for Mexico later today, so we're going to miss him. But I believe we'll have Parker Shaughnessy join us this afternoon here. So that's the lineup. Hope everybody's having a good morning this morning. So got some comments here once again, folks. If you leave a comment in the comment section, your comment could make it on the stream. I want one right here. Go Rockets, go Kim Fogarty. Now she's calling Dad now and ringing her bells because Max forgot her shirt. Got a Go Rockets go from Karen Murray. And I hope Alex feels better soon. I hope so too. Make sure you like and subscribe. Liking the broadcast helps the kids find their highlights, helps your friends and family watch the show. So make sure you hit the like button. And we got Ty Conings working the clock today, and Janice is going to do shots and scores. So thanks for them for helping out. So you can see both teams warming up. You can see me here up in my broadcast booth area. Once again, we tapped into the arena internet here, disabled their Wi-Fi, took it over. That's how we do things here. But we hooked up the Wi-Fi back so people can use their Wi-Fi, but ultimately our stream is the most important. So we need to make sure you, the viewer, get the best quality picture. All cameras are in 1080p today. Trying a new setup. Seems to be working all right. The zoom will get adjusted because you know Dan, he's not happy until the third period. So once he gets back from the jerseys, I'm sure the cameras will get adjusted and be better for your viewing. So we'll get all three camera views going right now. Got a few minutes left in warm-up, so you might as well enjoy it. Minute and 10 seconds. Once again, Jeff McCoggan, I love you, buddy. You got to have that one there. Doug's the best. At least somebody thinks I'm the best, because normally it's not. That's right, Leah. That's commitment. And Karen, good job, Doug and crew. Thanks, Karen. Once again, folks, today we actually have a new format here for a fan of the game. You're definitely going to want to tune in for this. It's a video fan of the game. It's the first one. So Jeff McCoggan went all through the arenas, restaurants, and found his fan of the game. So we got a special presentation at the first intermission. Everybody better tune in and watch because it's going to be fantastic. So now the warm-up's over. We will go to the main feed till Dan gets here. We won't have a lot of camera switches. Well, we might. We'll see how much movement I want to do today. Might have had a few too many pints on the rocks last night. But there's no such thing as too many super pints, especially when they're only $9. All right, here we go. The Rockets doing their cheer as usual. Getting ready to go. Hopefully we don't have any sound issues today. It looked like the power cord was kind of shitty, so I changed it. It is cold here in the arena. Should have worn my puffer jacket, but that's in the car. I felt the cold would be a good cure for a hangover, so that's what we're going with. Starting lineup today, it looks like it's going to be Mooring, Day, Sinister, Coverly, and Konings. Lots of loud noise. Players are pumped up, puck is dropped. Konings gets it to, try to get it today, knocked ahead by Lee. Puck goes over to Konings, Konings back to Coverly. Coverly looking for Day. He couldn't handle it. Lee has it. Goes off the boards, kept in by Konings right to Day. Day can't get a shot off. Puck is picked up by Fawcett. Puck comes out, Coverly knocks it back. Lee can handle it. Stolen by Mooring, but Craig recovers. Back to the line, Sinister. Looks to keep it in. Smith jumps down. We got some fans in the stands standing, so we can't see too well. If Dan was here, we'd switch cameras. Puck comes up, knocked back in by Pendray, and offside at the line. So face off in the neutral zone. We got Meekins out there with McAllister and Riddell. Godfrey dumps the puck down. Puck goes in the corner. Picked up by Bailey. Joining him is Hume. Puck goes to the front. Pendray's there. Smith clears out. Riddell gets tripped up. Chopped in by Fiara. Smith out to McAllister. McAllister onside. Puck's turned over at the line though. Bailey. Walks in, takes a shot, save Poitras. Puck's in the corner. Bailey again, loses it. Puck comes out front, shot saved by Poitras. Godfrey with a point-blank shot. Great save. McAllister splits the D, walks in. Oh, the back check, couldn't get a shot off. Man was there. Nugent couldn't quite handle it. Puck back into the Rocket zone. Over to McAllister. McAllister has Terrian. Shot towards the net. Ends up in the corner. Puck dumped down. Tipped in by Coverley. Coverley takes a shot. Blocked. Fiara behind his net. Puck's in the corner. To the neutral zone. Konings is there. Just dumps it back in. But picked off. Leahy, son of Mr. Leahy, dumps the puck in. Douglas over to Nugent. Nugent loses the puck but recovers. Nugent with some speed just couldn't take it to the backhand. In the corner, picked off. But Pendray recovers the neutral zone, dumps it in. Picked up by Playden. Playden turns it over. Simister goes right to Mooring. Mooring takes a bump. Paul couldn't handle it. Simister's there. Puck right in front of us here. Pull stolen by Paul. Paul goes to the middle. Shot saved. That was Fawcett. To Paul. Paul takes a shot, save Poitras. Out to Paul, now to Craig. Craig takes a shot, save. Lee steps in. Lee throws it out front, shot, blocked. Craig takes a shot, deflected, but Smith is there. Smith up the boards. Craig stepped down. Craig has it. Behind the net, Craig. Still with it. Throws it out front. Backhand. Whoa, just wide. Fawcett was left wide open. Sinister clears. Lee takes it at center. Over to Craig. Craig back to Lee. Lee gets dumped. Pendray looking for the stretch. Sinister's there. Fires it towards the net. Mooring in the corner. Godfrey. Tries to go around Konings, gets knocked down. Day in the corner. Right up to McAllister. McAllister to Riddell. Poked away by Mann. Riddell. That was Mann, just fired it down. And it's going to be icing, so face-off will go back into the Ridge Meadows zone. Face-off to the right of Klein. Meekins wins a draw. Back to the line, Konings dumps it down. Meekins is there, gets it deep. McAllister throws it out front. Riddell shot, saved by Klein. So once again, we'll have a face-off in the Rustlers zone. Rocket change it to Pendray and Coverley. Puck's down low. Kept in, right down to Meekins. Meekins couldn't get a good shot off, covered up again. It's face off to the right of Klein. Meekins gets it back to the point. Puck is cleared. Bailey looks to get a shot off, couldn't. Backhand out. Meekins runs into Hume. Coverly tries to go far side, picked off Godfrey, shot, and saved by Poitras. Dangerous play. Face off to the left, right of Poitras. Puck is cleared out. Tarian gets the puck to the corner. Bumps his player. Tarian back to the point. Hendry shot blocked. Coverly off the boards. Right back to Sharp. Sharp just clears it out, looking for a pass, missed everyone. Koning skates onto it. Konings looking for Tarian. Tarian. Puck comes out, dumped back in there by Sharp. Tarian with some pressure, goes right to Sharp. Sharp shoots it out. Puck is dumped in by Leahy. Konings looks for the stretch to Hoodless. Hoodless gets a shot off, saved by Klein. Puck to the boards. Lee goes far side, missed everybody. And down the ice, that's icing. So 12:51 to go in the period. We'll go back into the Rustlers zone. Shot 7-3 for the Rustlers. Rustlers have possession. Puck comes out. Turned over, Day pokes it ahead, looking for Mooring. Lee's there, Mooring's there too. Day picks it up, down to Mooring. Mooring in the corner, looks out front. Picked off by Lee, thrown back to the corner. Behind the net was Craig. Day goes down low, looking for Simister. Craig's there. Craig gets it to Lee. Lee bumps to Day. Day shot just wide of the net. Smith goes back for the puck as it comes out. Throws it right up the middle, picked off. But Day's there to help out. Day couldn't get a shot off. He gets tripped up. Fawcett and Sinister battle for the puck. Puck comes out. Pendray grabs it, regroups. Pressured by Fawcett. Fawcett takes a shot high over the net. Puck's in the corner. Warren bumps him. Day carries it, goes up the middle. Puck for Craig. Craig has the puck, 3-on-1. Bad pass, goes deep. Puck comes to the middle. Pendray over to Riddell. Riddell looking for Meekins. Hit him on the backhand, turned over. Puck goes right to Godfrey. Godfrey with some speed. Takes a shot wide of the net. Bailey to Godfrey. Godfrey takes a shot. Saved. Konings up the boards. Looking for McAllister. McAllister gets hit. Gets the puck to Meekins. Meekins was around here. 2-on-1 with Riddell. And offside. The best ref in the league, Tatiana, says that was not offside. Coverly dumps the puck in. Hume loses it. Meekins dumps it back in. Goes right to number 5, who is Sharp. Nugent gets the puck over to McAllister. McAllister dumps it in. Picked up by Lee. Lee pressured by Riddell. Lee up the boards. Koning steps down to keep it in. He does. It goes right back to Sharp. Sharp tried to hit Godfrey with a breakaway pass, but Nugent was there. Coverly to Konings. Konings to Douglas to Nugent. Nugent puts it towards the net. Hoodless couldn't grab it. Lee off the boards, right to Bailey. Bailey, bumped by Douglas. Pendrake takes a hit. Puck was passed out by Ridge Meadows right to Douglas. Douglas dumps it in. He's a 1-on-3. Smart play. Man has it. Goes cross ice. Oh, almost would have been lights out for Leahy, but he slowed down enough where Day had to leave him. Day bumps it around over to Pendre. Pendre over to Hoodless. Hoodless around the net. Hoodless takes a look. Just looked out front. Couldn't get the pass through. Back in the corner, man, and Hoodless bump. Buck's in the corner. Leahy throws it right out front to Simister. Simister back to Lalonde. Shot off the crossbar and out of play. Klein didn't see it. Great screen, great shot. So face-off will be back in the Ridge Meadows zone. So we looked at the replay, that was not offside. Tatiana was right again. Puck picked up by Fawcett. Looking for Nurkambash, I think. Craig. Stolen by Lalonde, dumps it in. Lee. Just fires it down the ice. Looks like it's going to go right on net to Poitras. He has to play it. Lalonde. Bank pass off the glass. Deflection. Charlie, possible break. Couldn't get there. Craig's there. Simister skates onto it. Gets it over to Day. Day walks out. Has a screen. Takes a shot. Oh, just missed. In the corner. Coverly. Down to Simister. Back to the line, picked up by Day. Day goes cross ice looking for Mooring. Mooring, to the middle to Day. Mooring runs into his player, Coverly runs into his player. And it looks like Lee ends up with the puck here. Simister, over to Konings. Konings pushes it out, Godfrey's there. Hume, now Konings. Konings just dumps it in. Lee picks it up. Craig with McAllister, battle, 14, Riddell. Now Craig. McAllister out front to Meakin, scores! Weston Meakin's on the rebound, 1-0 Rockets. Just what the Rockets needed here. So the Rockets with a 1-0 lead. Need to build on that. Face off at center. Picked up by Clayton, and that's offside. See lots of comments coming in there. I don't got time for them, but now that producer Dan's back. There he is, the most important man in the building, Dan Fogarty. Puck's in the corner. Riddell bumps him. No, we got a special fan of the game presentation, Kevin. You'll want to tune in for this one. It's our first ever video fan of the game. Coverly turns it over, goes right to number 20, that was Hume, shot it wide. Godfrey. To Pendre to Riddell. Riddell up to McAllister. McAllister across the line. He goes wide. McAllister shot. Oh, missed the far side. He had it open. Fogarty keeps it in. Back on the ice with the jersey on. In the corner. Puck comes out to Bailey. Bailey couldn't get around Fogarty. Puck goes deep. Clayton gets bumped by Fogarty, turns it over. Hoodless throws it. Bailey. Bumped by Douglas. Lalonde looking for Terrian. Terrian can handle it. Puck was dumped down in. Hits Fogarty's shin pad. He throws it cross ice. Might be a little too far. And no icing. They waved it off. Douglas and Terrian in a battle. The puck is picked up there by Mann. Mann goes for a skate. Mann goes around Fogarty. Mann drives, save. Rebound goes to Leahy, but Leahy couldn't do anything with it. Terrian was there to pick it up. Terrian gets it deep. He's son to 2 tournament missing Terry. Terrian back to the line. Shot by Pendre. Deflects to Terrian. Couldn't get a good clean shot off. Puck back to the line and out. Smith skates back for it. Smith, behind her net, looks for Pendre. Pendre picks up some speed, goes cross ice, looking for Mooring, intercepted by Craig. Craig can't get around Smith. Dave bumps the puck to Mooring. Mooring skates it out. We got the big ice on Olympic ice here, so lots of room. Mooring just dumps it behind the net. Picked up by Fawcett. Puck up to Leahy. Leahy just dumps it in. Puck bounces out front, right to Konings. Konings pressured by Fawcett. Looking for Mooring. Simister picks it up on the backhand. Simister fires it wide of the net. Off the boards. Puck cleared out by Paul. Down the ice and icing. So 3:47 to go, first period. Face-off will be to the left of Klein. Puck kicked back to the line by Meekins to Cubberly. Cubberly dumps it deep. McAllister's there. McAllister throws it out front, just misses player. Puck goes deep. McAllister gets bumped, still has the puck. McAllister comes out, backhand, scores! Nicholas McAllister, little backhand shot, fooled the goalie, beats him 5-hole, 2-0 Rockets. So we'll quickly get some comments here. Go Rockets, go. Nice job, Brock Jets. Rockets, woohoo. Go Rockets. We'll get yours next, Malcolm. We're running out of time. Face off at center. Push forward, cleared out by Fiara. Puck goes down. Lalonde avoids a big check. Puck comes out, Fiara. Turns it over. Douglas knocks it in. Fiara goes around, right to Mann. Mann back to Fiara. Fiara up the boards for Hume. Puck, Terrian looking for Douglas. Ends up on Mann's stick. Mann goes for a skate. Pressured, turns it over. Fogarty looking for Terrian. Terrian takes a hit. Puck comes out. Fogarty tries to dump it in, hits the defenseman Mann. Goes right past Bailey. Simister's there. Simister passes it to Nugent. Nugent looking for Mooring. Mooring Dumps it in. Tiara goes back for it. Puck goes around to the corner. Leahy gets bumped. Puck comes out. Smith regroups. Back over to Pendre. Pendre looking for Simister. Simister backhands it in. Mooring gives chase. Picked up by Lee. Mooring bumps him. Lee still has it. Goes out to the middle right to Guimond. Guimond's looking for man. Puck goes down. Cross ice pass to Leahy. Big save, Poitras. Smith looks to clear. And we got a whistle. Must have been touched with a hand or something like that. High stick. So it didn't look offside. Puck was coming out. Back in the zone, Coverley over to Konings. Konings looking for Meekins. Meekins looking for Riddell. Battle on the boards. Meekins ends up with it. Goes over to Coverley. Or Konings, I should say. Hoodless couldn't get there. Konings dumps it in. They're offside, so delayed offside. And we do have a legit offside, so face-off will be in the neutral zone. Hoodless throws the puck in off the draw. Lee throws it to the line, kept in by Konings. Konings dumps it deep. Craig in the corner. Cross ice to Lee. Kept in. Meekins gets it deep. Craig behind his net. Pressure by Riddell. Riddell wraparound almost. Puck came out front. Went on to Leahy's stick. Leahy gets bumped by Nugent. Nugent to Hoodless. Hoodless tried to hit Riddell. Probably should have kept skating. Those are one of those ones, Blake, when you watch that, you're going to know you got to skate those ones. Malcolm, if you're watching, which I know you are, if that happens to you, you start skating when there's nobody around you. Same with you, Owen. Alex, you just make saves in the net. Guimond battling. Come to the line. Sharp tried to keep it in. Buzzer goes. And you know what time it is, folks? It's time for Fan of the Game. So with Fan of the Game, it's our first ever video Fan of the Game. So Jeff McCoggan went everywhere to find our Fan of the Game. So that today is our first ever Fan of the Game video edition. So here we go. From Trail, Chris Nugent eating his spaghetti meatballs live from the colander. He really enjoyed the spaghetti meatballs. Jeff McCoggan got him on video wearing that Atlanta Flame jersey. So once again, congratulations, Chris Nugent. You are Fan of the Game. And once again, we also have our Fan of the Week. So we'll check out our Fan of the Week, watching from New Zealand, Mitch Carlson. Thanks again, Mitch, for tuning in, enjoying those beers, cheering on the Rockets. So you too can be Fan of the Game. You just got to have Jeff McCoggan spot you. And it was so good, we're going to watch that video one more time. Chris Nugent, Fan of the Game. Enjoying that spaghetti and meatballs at the colander. They were delicious. We'll get back to these comments here. Hi Malcolm, glad you're tuning in and watching. Kim Fogarty, nice backhand on the backhand goal. Good effort, nice shot for Ron Mooring. A yes from Jen Bishop. Beauty goal, let's go Rockets by Leah. And Leah loved the Fan of the Game segment. So good, it sure was. Congrats, Fan of the Game, looking good. Oh my gosh, that's so funny, Chris. I knew you'd get a kick out of that. We had a kick at that one last night looking at it. So we'll get back to the game here. Face off one. Man has it, goes over cross ice for Nakambush. and offside at the line. So we'll be back in the neutral zone. Chris tuned in and he saw his video. He thought it was hilarious. Face off in the neutral zone. Goes right back to Fawcett. Fawcett carries it in. He gets bumped by Terrian. Puck goes to Lalonde for Nugent. Douglas with some speed in a foot race. Same with Nugent, but picked up there by Mann. Mann to line, couldn't get it past Fogarty. Fogarty just throws it far side. Douglas gives chase. Puck is cleared out. Fawcett turns it over, but then he gets it back. Tries to take a shot, it's blocked. Puck's down low. Puck goes to Douglas. Douglas to Terrian. Terrian takes a shot, scores! Lucas Terrian with a top shelf Terry goal. Except for it wasn't top shelf, it was a bullet. 3-0 Rockets. Attaboy Lucas. That's how you do it. You lay a hit at one end, you come down and score on the other. That's old-time hockey. 3-0 Rockets. You got to see, love to see it. Hopefully they can hang on to this lead. Face off at center. Puck goes back to Lee. Lee up the boards. Puck goes in deep. Pendray's there, Simister. Looking for Day, puck comes out. All the way back to Craig. Craig up the middle. Smith just dumps it down. Puck goes in deep. Craig again. Looking for Bailey. Bailey gets it. Bailey takes a shot, saved by Poitras. Simister up the boards. Looking for Day, didn't get it to him. Poitras pokes it to the corner with his pad. Bailey to Hume. Hume tries to get it deep. Godfrey's there, he gets bumped. Godfrey skates onto it. Tries to go out front, just missed everybody. Simister clears, looking for Mooring. We got a foot race here, Mooring and Craig. Mooring in a battle with Craig. Nobody won that battle. Puck went behind the line. Lee gets bumped by Mooring. Mooring again with Godfrey this time. Day's there, Mooring's there, McAllister's there. McAllister loses it, picked up by Godfrey. Godfrey to Bailey. Up to Godfrey again. Godfrey's got some speed, comes in, scores, top corner. That's what I was afraid of, folks. We can't keep these guys or leave these guys around here. You got to bury him, but great play by Godfrey. He showed his speed in that one. So it's a 3-1 game, 17:33 to go, second period. Puck dumped down by Sharp. Lalonde goes back and it's icing, so face-off will be back in the Ridge Meadows zone. To the left decline. Got a face-off violation here. Puck goes forward. Push to the corner. Puck is cleared out. Lalonde, far side for Terrian. Terrian just deflects it in. Douglas is there. Terrian pokes it around him. Terrian tries to get it back to the line. Picked up by Leg. Simister walks in, takes a shot, saved by Klein. Picked up by Sharp. Sharp dumps it in. Pendray looking for Mooring. Mooring takes a shot, saved by Klein, and he covers up. .28 to go. We got a face-off in the Rustlers zone. Got a face-off violation here. Mooring tries to go forward, stuck in his feet. Puck is picked up there by Fawcett. Fawcett has it poked away by Pendray. Puck's on the half boards, Pendray and Fawcett. Fawcett and Pendray. Now Day jumps in, gets it. Looking for Simister on the boards. He takes a hit from Mann. Goes right back to Day. Day over to Mooring. Mooring takes a shot, saved by Klein. Day tries to get back to Mooring. Thiara goes around. Smith just missed it. Now she has it. Back to Pendray. Pendray looks for Day. Missed him. Goes right to Thiara. Thiara off the boards looking for Nurbakish. Nurbakish still has it. Leaves it for Fawcett. It goes wide. Nurbakish out to the front. Mooring's there at the line. Leaves it for Day. Couldn't get it to him. They're offside. Mooring throws it up the middle. Mann intercepts. Mann just fires it in. Poitras makes the save. Smith on the delayed offside. I guess I should have followed it a little bit more, but there it is. Should go all the way down, which it will. Face-off goes all the way down here into the Ridge Meadows zone. I guess not. I guess they're just going to the outside of the blue line in the neutral zone. Scramble draw. Hoodless gets it. Gets it in. Not deep though. Puck comes out. Lee in a battle, McAllister. Cubberly. Around to Konings. Konings up the boards. Bailey picked it off. Bailey throws it to the corner. Craig throws it out front. Poitras with the save. Rebound gets shot over the net. McAllister, Godfrey. Godfrey gets bumped. Puck comes back to the line. Kept in by Lee, down to Godfrey. McAllister's there. McAllister looks to clear, does. Hoodless out front looking for Riddell. Fogarty stepped into Godfrey. Goes to Bailey though. Bailey cuts in. Couldn't get around Lalonde. Puck goes to the corner. Bailey again. Tries to make a move. Comes out front, but Fogarty's there. Fogarty off the boards. Goes all the way back. Playden goes back for it. Playden behind his net. Up the boards. Puck comes out. Lalonde. Tried to hit Douglas, and down the ice it goes, and it's an icing. So we'll head all the way back to the Rocket zone here for a face-off. Got 13:37 left in the period. .337 left till the ice clean. Face-off back in the Rocket zone. Playden keeps it in. Lalonde off the glass. Kept in again by Playden. Guimond. Now Nugent. Looks like we got a penalty coming up to Fogarty for cross-checking. So with that, we'll be going to a Fogs Audio penalty kill. You got an event coming up. You need some sound equipment, lighting, staging. Talk to Dan Fogarty, Fogs Audio. He'll hook you up. If you need an MC, I heard Kim Fogarty's available with her bells and her megaphone. So talk to Dan. Face-off won by Ridge Meadows. They go forward. Poke it on net. Saved by Poitras. So we'll do that all over again. Rockets got to be careful with that play. It is effective if you're not paying attention. Almost was there. So face-off to the left of Poitras. Scramble draw. On the boards, Paul back to man, back down to Paul. Paul looks cross ice, and it banks off a defenseman in front. 3-2 on the power play. 13:02 left to go in the period. Like I said, you don't want to keep this team around, and they did. So now we got to recover. All right, face off at center. Simister takes it from Godfrey. Puck the line, it's offside. Rockets got a tag up. Puck's down deep. Puck's thrown cross ice to Hume. Hume loses it. Mooring clears. Or Hume, I should say. Hume gets it out right to Bailey. Bailey looks to go around Coverley. Coverley cuts him off. Coverley gets it up the boards to Mooring. Godfrey steals. Godfrey just chips it to the corner. Bailey to Mooring. Today, Bailey steals, takes a shot high over the net. Leahy gets it low to Konings. Konings over to Mooring. Mooring couldn't backhand clear. Save Poitras. Coverley has Simister on the stretch. Simister had to slow up, gets it to Day. Day walks in, shoots, save, rebound. Simister just misses. Puck in the corner. Day dumps it low. Man goes back for it. Tries to clear, Fogarty keeps it in. Right to Mooring. Mooring to Fogarty, just missed. Along the boards here, Bailey looks to clear, goes far side, and that's icing. With 11:26 to go here in the second period. It's a one-goal game now. Great opportunity for the Rockets. Face off to the left of Klein. Scramble draw picked up there by Legg. Legg just gets it, dumps it in. Pendre banks it around to Riddell. Riddell gets it to Meekins. Meekins got some speed. Meekins stops up. Button hooks. Avoids the hit from Craig. Smith misses it. Breakaway. Leahy can't score. Good save by Poitras. Smith runs into the referee. Leahy gets it back to Craig. Craig just flips it. Ends up down in the corner. Pendre looking for Lee. McAllister skates onto it. McAllister loses it. Gets it back. Dumps it in. Craig goes and picks it up. Craig up the middle. and all the way down, and icing. So 10:19 to go. We will go all the way back into the Ridge Meadow zone. Scramble draw picked up again by Nurbakish. Nurbakish gets laid out. Good hit by Konings. Fawcett battles Cubberly. Cubberly looking for Douglas. Douglas to Nugent. Nugent takes a shot, saved by Klein. Puck's in the corner. Konings throws it to the front, gloved by Klein. And with 9:53, whistle goes. We will be going for an ice clean, which means we can also warm up because it is cold in this arena. So as we go warm up, you guys go get another drink, whatever you're drinking, Bailey's and coffee, and we'll catch you back here in about 7 to 8 minutes. All right, referees are taking the ice right now, so once again, we want to thank our sponsors. If you can use one of these sponsors, please do so. They help support the team this year and made life way more affordable for everyone. So you see our sponsors, you need some concrete work, 172 Concrete, you need some landscaping work, United Landscapes, Sunbelt Rentals, Net Rentals, Jeep Framing, Burnco, BMO, Level Up Builders, Betts Electric. Not going to read them all, but they're there. 172 Concrete are my favorite sponsor, taking us out for lunch. Didn't take me out for lunch, but they took kids out for lunch, so that's good enough. Get a good view here of the refs chatting. Waiting for the ice to dry. Face-off will be in the Ridge Meadows zone. The Rockets need to come out quick here. They let him back in the game. They got to finish him off now. While we wait, we can look at some of our comments here. Sweet goal, Lucas. Incredible from Jen Bishop. And a let's go Rockets from Karen Murray. All right, players are taking the ice here. I guess the refs are satisfied with the ice. McAllister, Meekins, and Riddell. Man looks to clear it. Kept in line was Fogarty. He gets bumped, puck comes out. Lawn goes back for it. Rims it around. Riddell looks to chip it out, does. Godfrey's there. Now we got a race. Meekins and Godfrey. Puck's thrown out right to Lalonde. Lalonde shoots, hits the mask or Klein. Puck comes back to the line, out. Fogarty has to regroup. Great opportunity for Lalonde. Over to Riddell. Riddell to McAllister. McAllister walks in, takes a shot, saved by Klein. Puck to the corner. McAllister gets bumped. Godfrey picks it up. Godfrey lob shot to the line. Smith keeps it in. Now it's picked up by Godfrey. Smith backhands it out. Godfrey again, he picks it up. Walks in. Puck ends up in the corner. Smith in a battle. Hits the referee, right to Meekins. Meekins tries to get around Thiara. He does. Couldn't get around Craig, though. Riddell, the line, just backhands it deep. Picked up by Craig. Craig off the boards, bank pass, but goes right to Pendray. Pendray clears it to center. Terrian. Craig steals. Craig throws it out front, hits Pendray. Goes right to Leg. Leg in the corner. Up to Lee. Lee shoots. Blocked. Puck goes over to Craig. Shot saved by Poitras. Puck sitting there. Poitras jumps on it and whistle goes. It's face off in the Rocket zone. Shots are 2018 for Ridge Meadows. Rockets win the draw, goes right to Coverley. Coverley to Hoodless. Hoodless back to Day. Day to Mooring. Mooring, partial break. Mooring, shot, saved by Klein. Puck cleared down the ice. And icing, so face-off will go back into the Ridge Meadows zone. Got some nice hot coffee. Players had it right, this linesman had it wrong. Face-off lead to the right of Klein. Face-off won by the Rockets. Koning steps down. Looks out front. Day shot. What a save by Klein. Day is right on the doorstep. So face off to the right of Klein again. Scrambled, pick up by Fawcett. Kept into the line by Coverly. Mooring. Dances. Met by Craig. Craig knocks it off his stick. To the line. Nackenbush to Fawcett. Coverly gives chase. Bounces the puck off the boards to the corner. Konings to Hoodless. Hoodless. Bank pass right out to Mooring. Mooring gets there. Icing's waved off. Mooring looking for Day. Just missed him. All the way out to Godfrey. Godfrey gets bumped by Lalonde. Fogarty rims it around. McAllister picks it up. Goes up the middle. Godfrey takes. Godfrey tries to cut in. Puck goes to the corner. McAllister couldn't dance around his player. Clayton takes a shot. Kick save by Fogarty. Pass up to McAllister. McAllister pass, dive, save there by, I believe that was Paul. Godfrey couldn't get around Lalonde. Puck ends up on Poitras. He covers. Whistle goes. Face-off will be to the right of Poitras. 6:28 to go, second period. Shots 21-20. Meekins gets waved. Riddell comes in. Smith chips it up for Meekins, but intercepted by Hume. Hume dumps it in. Behind the net, Godfrey. Back to the line. Clayton takes the shot. Hits Smith. Smith recovers. Looks to clear. Godfrey has it. Back to the line. Sharp throws it deep. Hume. Back to Sharp. Sharp down low. Sharp again. Takes the shot wide of the net. Clayton keeps it in. Hendry clears. Behind the net. Stolen, Riddell. Looks out front. Douglas pokes at it. He gets knocked down. Up to Godfrey. Back over to Smith. Smith chips to the boards. Bailey's there. Bailey has it stolen by Pendray. Pendray, let's cross ice looking for Riddell. And down the ice, and that is icing. So face-off will be back in the Rocket zone. 5:13 to go. Leahy. Shot by Guimond. Leahy behind the net. Has Guimond out front. Couldn't get it to him. Coverly. Mann steps down. Konings is there. Konings. Looks through. Has it stolen. Mann couldn't jam it in. Back to the line. Guimond takes the shot, hits Nugent. Nugent looking for Douglas. And down the ice, that's icing. So 4:36 to go, face off back in the Rocket zone. It's a cold one here today. Combination of cold and hangover. But we're professionals here. We're not complaining. Hoodless chips it forward. Puck goes deep, and that is icing. That fresh ice. fresh ice will be icing calls all day long. So with that, we're back in the Rocket zone. Fogarty around looking for Hoodless. Hoodless chips it. Simister skates onto it. Gets it to Hoodless. Hoodless to Simister. Back to Hoodless. And Day just missed the tap in. Back door. Puck pokes the line. Fogarty takes a shot. Kicked away by Klein. Lee wins the battle. Gets it to Leg. Leg looking for Leahy, but he gets bumped by Lalonde. Fogarty looks all the way up. Goes right to Lee. Lee carries it in. Lee goes to the corner. Lee stops up, dances. He gets bumped by Fogarty. Lee still has it. Now Day takes it, throws it right up to the point. Craig steps around a bunch of players. Shot high over the net. Samson couldn't get it. Day with a break here. Day goes around Craig, gets tripped up. No call. Puck in the corner. McAllister hits him. McAllister makes a move. Back to the line. Smith couldn't keep it in. Smith to Pendray. Pendray to Riddell. Riddell deflects it. Meekins tries to go through two players. Partially does. He gets there, takes the puck, but picked up by Samson. Samson lead pass right to Paul. Paul, he gets hooked. Should have been holding the stick. Once again, the Kamloops referee calls a penalty on us, but not on Ridge Meadows. So, Pendray goes to the box for hooking. That means we're going back to a Folks Audio penalty kill. If you got an event coming up, you need some sound equipment, lighting, staging, talk to Dan Fogarty, Folks Audio. Puck goes back to the line. Godfrey takes the shot. Save Poitras, rebound. Sitting there and he covers it up. Ridge Meadows had three players looking for that puck, but Poitras found it, covered it up. Puck goes back to man at the point. Cross ice to Godfrey. Godfrey down low to Hume. Hume to Godfrey. Godfrey's shot goes wide. Paul to Godfrey. Godfrey to Hume. Shot saved by Poitras. Puck to the corner. Man. Back to the line between both D and down the ice it goes. Good break for the Rockets. 1:20 left in the penalty. Paul looking for Man. Man missed it. Picks it up. He gets pressured. Leaves it for Bailey. Puck is cleared down the ice by Tarian. Klein leaves it for Godfrey. Godfrey leaves it for Bailey. Now puck gets cleared down the ice by Konings. Or Fogarty, I should say. That 6 and 8 always confuses me. Godfrey behind the net. Stops. Has a look. Goes to Guimond. Off his skate, right to Fogarty. Fogarty backhands it in. Fogarty on the forecheck. Thiara goes up to Paul. Paul. Lalonde back to the line. Thiara pokes it down right to 19. Back to Thiara. Boyden back to Thiara. Thiara shoots, saved by Poitras. And he just gobbles it up and whistle goes. Penalty is now over. Big kill by the Rockets with 37.6 seconds left in the period. 3-2. Lalonde. Day. Use it for Simister. Simister. To Fogarty. Fogarty takes a shot. Saved by Klein. Puck bounces out front. Simister's there. So is Day. Day tries to get a shot off. Just couldn't. Battle behind the net. 9 seconds left. Mooring. Has it. 5 seconds. Mooring. Throws it to the front. Intercepted by Guimond. And buzzer goes, and that'll do it. All right, I'm here with Logan Woodman of the Tier 3 team. How's it going, Logan?
Good. I think we need to bring it this game, and I feel like we can beat this team, but it's going to be a battle.
Excellent. What do you think of this game so far with the Tier 2 team?
I think it's going good. Just like yesterday and this morning when they won, they're playing good.
Excellent. And how's your team doing this tournament so far?
We've won every game, but it's been close. So I think we could do a little better, but we're doing pretty good.
All right, well, thanks for the interview, Logan, and good luck. So that was Logan Woodman from the Tier 3 team. They're warming up. They got a game coming up next. Mooring gets the puck back to Smith. Smith to Pendray. Pendray looking for Simister, but ends up going down the ice. So face-off will be back in the Rocket zone. Lots of comments. We'll get to those in a minute. Puck cleared up. Simister clears it out of the zone. Craig's going back for it. Pressure by Mooring. Craig just relieves pressure, gets to the neutral zone. Partial break here, but Nurkambash just takes it offside. Had a potential 3-on-1 opportunity, but the puck bounced the Rockets' way. Face off center ice, or neutral zone, I should say. Puck up to Mooring, but Craig's there. Craig goes to Lee. Lee gets the center, dumps it in. Puck is cleared out. Paul goes far side, but that's going to be icing. And it is, so we'll go all the way back down to the Ridge Meadows zone. It's going to be to the left of Craig. Colin Angle, he says hi. Another comment, Karen Murray. And one from Jen Bishop. Puck's in the corner, goes behind the net. Up to the boards to Bailey. Bailey back pressured, but gets the puck over to Hume. Hume takes a shot, but deflected. Good back check by Meekins. Puck to the line. Thiara gets it deep. Hume down low. Pressure by Cubberley. Hume still with the puck. Gets it deep. Cubberley's there. Rims it around. Right back to Thiara at the line. Thiara shot deflected by Riddell. Behind the net. Konings to Meekins. Meekins to Riddell. Just bounced over his stick. Forcing Thiara to regroup. Puck stolen. McAllister goes wide. McAllister. Puck knocked off his stick there by Craig. Or Mann. Fiara. Up the boards looking for Bailey, missed him. But there's no icing. Apparently he touched it. Puck is shot out of the zone. Man just dumps it in right to Fogarty. Fogarty shoots it around the boards. Right to Hoodless. Hoodless couldn't handle it. Fiara takes a shot. It's a floater. It went wide. Leg to the line. Bounces over the stick of Playton. So Ridge Meadows has to tag up. Fogarty behind his net. Looking for a pass. Dangerous pass up the middle. Hits a skate. Goes down the ice. That shouldn't be icing that hit a Ridge Meadows skate, but it is. It's face off to the left of Poitras. 17:28 to go. 1 goal game. Shot from Paul, saved by Poitras. Once again, face off to the left. Scrambled. Puck knocked to the board. Simister does a float pass right to Mooring. Mooring has it. Mooring dances, but Leahy intercepts. Kept in by Pendre. Pendre to Day. Day's bumped by Samson. Leahy just chips it past everybody. Leahy in a race with Smith. Smith gets there. Gets it to Pendre. Pendre looks to clear. Lee jumps it. Lee looks out front. Leahy couldn't get a good shot off. Or that was Gueman, actually. Now it's back Craig at the line. Shot off the post. Rebound. Cleared. Simister just fires it down the ice. A roller just wide of the net. Scary opportunity there. Rockets got to be a lot more alert. Can't let shots like that take place. You expect more from that line on the ice. I'm sure the coaches will talk to him on the bench. Got to play better defensively, especially in a 1 goal game. What's that? I can't hear you. They hit the post and came out. That was the far post. Puck is dumped in by McAllister, and that is icing. So face off back in the zone. Puck picked up by McAllister. Chips it out. Now we got a foot race, no icing. Craig gets bumped by McAllister. Craig again. Dangles. Kept in by Konings. Right to McAllister. Back to Konings. Konings behind the net. Throws it out front. McAllister just backhands it wide. Puck comes back just outside the line. Coverly. Goes cross ice. Ends up in the middle of the ice. Lee. Crosses the line. Lee goes wide. Lee to the front. Puck sitting there. Coverly. Puck gets swatted over. Now goes to Meekins. Meekins gets the center, dumps it in. Puck's down low. Man. Passes it up right to Bailey. Bailey. And offside. He went in a little bit early. So we'll have a face-off in the neutral zone. Right now, Ridge Meadows is bringing it. Kelowna's not. That's got to change. Fogarty down low. Fogarty with some speed, 3-on-1. Fogarty stops, takes a shot, glove save by Klein. To the right of Klein, or left of Klein. Nugent, Terrian, and Hoodless. Mann ends up with the puck. Over to Bailey. Bailey across ice looking for Hume. Passes him. Godfrey with some speed. Takes a shot. Saved by Poitras. Fogarty to Hoodless. Hoodless to Terrian. Terrian. The last goal scorer leaves it for Nugent. Last goal scorer for the Rockets, I should say. Hendry couldn't quite handle it. Puck goes down. Picked up by Bailey. Bailey throws it out front. Couldn't find his player. Puck goes back to the line. Mann takes a shot, deflected. Bailey shoots outside of the net. Hendry picks it up. Hendry to Hoodless. Hoodless to Nugent. Nugent couldn't get it past Gleeman. Puck ends up in the corner. Thiara. Terrian. Now Leg has it. Leg chips it past Pendray. Now it's a race. Simister casually skates on it. Knocks it over to Smith. Smith couldn't clear. Leahy dumps it down. Pendray sees Simister on the stretch. Simister gets it. Looks for Mooring, just missed him back door. Mooring falls, goes right to Leahy. Leahy, he gets bumped, puck goes to the corner. Cubberly, he gets hit, goes over to Simister on the boards. He just banks it out to the neutral zone. Guimond. Buddenhooks has a stolen. Day picks it up. Day lob pass. Leahy knocks it down. Simister intercepts. Day picks it up. Crosses the line. Knocks his player down, but it ends up on the stick of Playton. And he goes back right to Sampson. Cubberly gets run over. Puck gets dumped in. Konings picks it up. Has to stop and regroup. Puck's intercepted on the back pass. Fawcett. Down low in the corner, he gets bumped by Konings. Day comes in to help out. Fawcett still has it. Gets it down low. Paul can handle it cleanly. Just throws it back to the far corner. Mooring. Back to Konings. Konings couldn't clear, intercepted. Paul shot, save, rebound sitting there. Another save by Poitras. Puck's thrown out front. Simister couldn't handle it cleanly. Puck's deflected high. Paul behind the net. He gets bumped. Rockets touch the puck, and now the Rockets are getting a penalty for a head contact, which means we're going back to a Fogues Audio penalty kill. If you got an event coming up, need some sound equipment, you need some lighting, staging, talk to Dan Fogarty, Fogues Audio. I haven't seen one penalty for Ridge Meadows this game, but I've seen 3 for Kelowna. Godfrey goes cross ice. Shot saved Poitras. Bailey. And there we go. We got a penalty to Hume for interference. Knocks the stick right out of Lalonde's hand. Had to call that one. So face-off will be all the way back in the Ridge Meadows zone. I'm not even sure why the coach is challenging that. All right, face off finally to the left decline. Puck goes forward. Mann picks it up. Looking for Bailey. Bailey fans on the pass to Godfrey. Meekins is there. Puck is cleared out. Mann again. Over to Thiara. Thiara crosses the line, takes a look, tries to make a pass. He gets deflected. Godfrey to Thiara. Thiara couldn't get it deep. Fogarty's there. Fogarty picks up the puck. He's got some speed. Takes a shot, deflected. It goes wide. Mann picks it up. Over to Thiara. Goes far ice. No icing. Fogarty bumps it around, looking for Riddell. Riddell gets it to Pendray. Pendray back to Fogarty. Fogarty looks for Meekins. Meekins dumps it in deep. Riddell goes after it. Riddell takes it. Gets it to Pendray. Pendray over to Konings. Konings takes a shot, scores! Jay Konings, first goal of the year. It's a beauty from the blue line. 4-2 Rockets. That's what the Rockets needed. There was a lot of pressure by Bridge Meadows. That was a 4-on-4 goal. Once again, we have a BC Sportswear announcement. Any player that gets a hat trick this weekend, if you can identify that player, you're going to go down to BC Sportswear on Monday and you're going to go see Kyle and you're going to tell him who scored the hat trick and which game, and you'll get one of those 5 limited edition Rockets hats. Rockets have the puck. Terrian dumps it in. Goes right to Samson. Samson over to Leahy. Leahy chips it to the neutral zone. Konings, the goal scorer, picks it up. Gets it over to McAllister. McAllister dumps it deep. Pendray keeps it in. Down to Leahy. Leahy has a stolen. McAllister throws it out front. Pendray gets it deep. Terrian behind the net. Terrian, penalties over. A brief power play here for the Rockets. BC Sportswear power play. Konings down to McAllister. Puck in the corner. Paul tries to clear. Stolen by Douglas. Douglas takes a shot. It's deflected just wide of the net. Clayton, he gets bumped. Goes right to Leahy. Nugent to Fogarty. Fogarty, he just dumps it in, goes right to Samson. Samson looks for Leg. Leg has it. Alon just chips it down. Samson picks it up. Over to Lee. Lee has it deflected by Fogarty. Now onto Douglas' stick. Douglas just dumps it deep. Hoodless gives chase. Lee is there. Hoodless bumps him. Off the glass. Fogarty keeps it into the line, but it goes right to Guimond. To Leahy. Shot. Save Poitras. Leahy to the line. Lee takes a shot. Shot by Guimond. Saved by Poitras. Puck is cleared down the ice by Nugent. Just wanted to relieve pressure. Great idea. Rockets go for a line change here. 8:31 to go in the game. 4-2 game. Lots of comments. Come on, Rockets, go Rockets. Nice job, Jake. That's right, Kim. Puck's in the corner. Smith battling Nurkambash. Nurkarbush, I think it is. Fawcett throws it out front. Shot by Paul over the net. Back to the line. Craig. Craig walks in, can't get a shot off. Craig again, steals, dangles. Mooring steals. Mooring, or Day, I should say. Day throws it towards the net. Puck sitting there. Simister can bang it in. Mooring takes a shot. Saved by Klein. Day loses it right to Fawcett. Good back check by Mooring. But it goes over to Nerbakish. Fawcett. Oops, now our puck's over here. Puck gets dumped down. Man goes back for it casually. No icing. Cross ice to Craig. Craig back over to Mann. Mann loses the puck on the stretch pass. Konings takes a shot. He's feeling hot after that last goal, but Godfrey picks it up with some speed. Godfrey shakes off Konings. Godfrey stops. Throws it out front for Hume. Hume's pressured by Riddell. Puck is cleared out right to McAllister, loses an edge. Bailey looking for Godfrey. Godfrey to Hume. Hume gets destroyed by Lalonde. Back to the line, Thiara takes the shot, goes wide of the net. Fogarty and Godfrey come together with the ref. Puck's on the boards. Gets pushed behind the net. Meekins looks to clear. Goes right back to the line. Thiara keeps it in. Lalonde to the line. Picked off by McAllister. Puck is chopped low. Puck is cleared. Stretch pass for Bailey. Bailey takes a shot. Saved by Poitras. Fogarty. Looking for Douglas. Douglas chips it. Gloved down by Thiara. Thiara off the boards. Guimond gets bumped by Terrian. Loses the puck. Douglas picks it up. Takes a shot. Blockered away by Klein. Terrian throws it out front right to Smith in the neutral zone. She just dumps it in. Down low, Thiara. Behind his net, stops. Up to Leahy on the half boards. Leahy with some speed. Loses it. Pendrake the blue line. Goes far side. Picked up by Douglas. Douglas lost it. Nugent gets it. Takes a shot. Puck comes right out front to Terrian. Shot blocked. Another shot just wide of the net. Terrian. Bank pass off the boards to Smith. Smith down to Terrian. Terrian to Douglas. Back to Terrian. Terrian to Smith. Smith back to Terrian. Terrian runs into a check from Guimond. Mann picks up the puck, but Nugent's on him. Douglas joins the play. Guimond went for a hit on Douglas and took out his own player. Leahy still has it. Takes a shot, saved by Poitras. Right to the middle, Smith to Douglas, to Mooring. Mooring walks in, takes a shot, sticked away by Klein. Day couldn't handle it clearly. Sampson off the boards. Cubberly jumps it. Cubberly gets hit by Sampson. Playden to leg to the line. Mooring gets it, dumps it back in deep. Playden couldn't handle it. Playden goes for a skate. Playden saw Simister coming, decided to get rid of the puck. Cubberly to Simister. Simister looking for Mooring back door, just couldn't get him. Great idea. Puck is cleared down by a leg. No icing. Last second by the linesman. Simister now. Crosses the line. Simister. Puck's deflected to Fogarty. Fogarty shot blocked. Puck comes over to Mooring, but intercepted by Craig. Craig Tries to go around Fogarty and Simister. He still has the puck. Behind the net, Craig. Craig, far side, wide open was Nurbakish. Couldn't get a good shot off. Day just chips it off the glass. Down to the Ridge Meadows zone. Riddell pressures the puck, steals. Riddell cuts out front, shot, scores! Nash Riddell with the finisher. 5-2 Rockets. It was Mortal Kombat time, and Nash Riddell just finished him. That was a fatality right there. 2:38 to go. Beautiful play, lots of speed, lots of hustle. That's what you like to see. Hume gets the puck in. Hume throws to the front. Godfrey shoots wide. Pandre bumps Bailey. Meekins. Bailey steals, but McAllister's there on the pass. McAllister just dumps it in. Mann picks it up. McAllister pressures him. Mann has to reverse. Looking for the breakaway pass to Godfrey. Godfrey on the breakaway. Fans on the shot. Throws the puck back. Poitras grabs it, covers up. .153 to go in the third. 5-2 Rockets. Godfrey on the draw. Puck goes to the corner. Coverly shoots it up the boards, intercepted by Bailey. Puck cleared by Tarian. Right to Thiara. Thiara over to Mann. Mann gets the center. Drives the middle, has to regroup, force back. Up to Hume. Hume dumps it in. Coverly. Konings. Stolen by Bailey. Douglas skates onto the puck. Looks to clear, he does. Thiara couldn't clear, but he does make it outside the line. Rockets tag up, puck's behind the net. Thiara picks up the middle, puck's deflected down the ice. Picked up by Mann, Bailey, he gets bumped, thrown out front. Leahy tries to get a shot off. Godfrey behind the net, gets bumped by Fogarty. Fogarty around the net. Thiara dumps it deep. Leahy gets bumped. Throws it out front, but Douglas is there. Douglas just clears, 34 seconds left. Puck to line, it's dumped in by Playden. Weird bounce off the boards. Puck is cleared now to the half boards. Douglas just fires it down the ice and on net. Not on net, but the linesman waves off the icing. Leg tries to deflect it, 10 seconds left. Lalonde misses it. Leahy couldn't clear. Dave fires it to the half boards. Shot by a save by Poitras. And Fogarty takes down Leg, and that'll do it. Rockets win 5-2, and they will play 2 games tomorrow. Shot for first place in their division tonight when they play Quesnel. 4:30 game, so make sure you tune in. It'll be live on YouTube right here, live at Memorial Arena. We will do the Wi-Fi hijack there too. Be nothing but the best for our viewers. All 28 of you. You get best picture quality, best everything. We're not messing around here. So we'll stay tuned for the player of the game presentations. Thanks, Rebecca. Appreciate it. Getting all your comments in. Best armchair coach. Thanks for the video feed, guys. And Ron Morgan, congrats. That's right. Congrats, Rockets. So we'll wait for player of the game presentations here. Got everybody's comments in. All right, hardest working player for the Rockets is Lucas Terrian. Great job by Terrian. He had a great game. MVP, Jake Konings. Big goal, first of the year. Congratulations, Jake. Hardest working player, Lyndon Paul for Ridge Meadows. Player of the game is Evan Godfrey. He had a great game too. So let's get in, folks. We play Quesnel at 4:30, so make sure you tune in. We'll be live. Get one last comment in there from Lawrence. Way to go, Rockets. Once again,